Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I've been asked to respond on behalf of my right honourable friend, the Prime Minister, and I'm pleased to tell the House that he is making a good recovery and is in good spirits. Mr. Speaker, the coronavirus pandemic presents us with one of the biggest challenges we have faced as a country in decades.
I also send all of our best wishes through the First Secretary to the Prime Minister for a full and speedy recovery. And there's a pattern emerging here. We were slow into lockdown, slow on testing, slow on protective equipment, and now slow to take up these offers from British firms. The Prime Minister has said this is a national effort, and he's right about that. So in that spirit, can I ask the First Minister to commit to working with the opposition to identify and take up these offers from British manufacturers for protective equipment just as soon as possible?
First Secretary.
Well, I thank the right honourable gentleman, although I don't accept his premise that we've been slow. We have been guided by the scientific advice, the Chief Scientific Advisor, the Chief Medical Officer, at every step along this way. If he thinks he knows better than they do, with the benefit of hindsight, then that's his decision. But that is not the way we've proceeded, and it's not the way we will in the future. He's mentioned offers from British businesses, and it's not quite right to say that they must have been acceptable for UK standards just because they're supplying different needs in different countries abroad. But what I can reassure him on this, 8,000 businesses have offered PPE in response to the government's call, and every business receives a response. 3,000 of those 8,000 are followed up where they've got either the specification or the volume that makes it a sensible thing for the NHS to do. And he did make, I think, a sensible point about specifications and health standards. He will know from the reporting that in other countries that have distributed PPE without those high standards, they've been distributed with faults or flaws, they've had to be recalled, and health workers in those countries have had to go in isolation. So I appreciate that he wants to put pressure and scrutinise the government, but I think, and I hope he'll understand, the need to take the right decisions and to scrutinise very carefully the precious PPE that we're putting on the front line to protect our key workers.